The king of the Shamala kingdom wants to officially coronate and make his son the prince. Then the minister says, however, how can you declare a young and inexperienced prince who has yet to prove himself worthy of leadership responsibilities as king? Send him to your guru so he may learn all necessary skills required for a wise ruler. Then king tells his beloved son, the prince, my dear child, go forth unto our esteemed Guru's tutelage, where you shall acquire everything needed in becoming an exemplary monarch. When finally reaching said Guru's abode, he instructs, go live among common folk whilst aiding elderly women folk. Earn Bhavani, he says. On the way, the old woman tells him, come to my house, but pick up anything you find on the way, and takes him along with her. Thus, the two of them set off towards the house.
The young prince follows the old woman, walking along with her. Then the old woman says to him,
what is your name, and where are you from? What brings you here?
To which he replies, my name is Mahendra. My village is nearby. I am a poor farmer with no family. I borrowed money at a high interest from the village head to plant crops. But last month's heavy rains destroyed the entire crop, resulting in a loss. I couldn't repay the loan to the village head and fell into debt. Because of this, he seized my house under the pretext of the loan and threw me out. Unable to live with the humiliation in that village, I wandered from place to place looking for work, but found none. Exhausted and hungry, I collapsed. That's when you came and helped me.
You've been through so much hardship, my boy, and yet you didn't let it show while talking to me. The village you mentioned, see that hut over there, that's our home. Come on, my boy, let's go inside, said the old woman.
She takes him inside the house, cooks, and serves him a meal with great care and attention. The young prince, who is very hungry, eats to his heart's content and deep satisfaction. Afterwards, they both sit outside under the beautiful night sky and have a conversation like this.
The meal was very good. Thank you so much. You have satisfied my hunger and deep gratitude. I will never forget this help you have given me. How can I repay you?
Oh, why such big words, my boy? What I did was not such a big deal and kindness. I just gave you a little bit more from what I had. It wasn't with the anticipation of any reward from you in any way. It's wrong to expect something in return when helping others, my boy, at all.
That's true, but oh, I told you about myself. Now should I tell you about yourself, you see?
There's not much to tell, my boy. Well, let me think. My children got married and settled in the capital, you know. After my husband passed away, I couldn't leave my hometown to go with my children, so I stay here. If someone calls me for farm work, I go, and with whatever I earn, I somehow pass the time.
Wow, I must say, you cook so well. Why don't you start a small eatery?
An eatery? Where would I get the grains for that? Starting something like that requires a lot of investment. I need to bring raw materials, go to the forest to collect firewood, and then cook. How can I manage all this alone, my dear?
Don't worry. I saw someone in the forest one day. Maybe he can help. I'll go and ask him once.
He goes inside because he had buried the inexhaustible vessel and the magic wand given by the sage in a hidden spot in the forest. He goes to that place, digs up the inexhaustible vessel and the magic wand from the pit and takes them out. He disguises the magic wand as a stick and puts the inexhaustible vessel into the bag he brought, then sets off towards the old woman's house. He enters the old woman's house.
He says to her like this, dear grandma, look here, just like this. This is indeed an inexhaustible vessel, my dear. If you bow to it and truly wish for it until you say enough, all sorts of snacks, fruits, and various delicious and tasty dishes will keep coming out of it. Now you don't need to worry about groceries, and you will see. You don't need to go to the forest to gather firewood, light it, and cook. Now you can comfortably start a feast and enjoy. I will also assist you with this, and I will help you.
Where did you get this, my dear?
I told you, didn't I, that there is a sage in the forest? I went to him and told him about you. Then with his magical powers, he created this and gave it to me. Now you can relax. Your troubles are gone today. I mean, the troubles for both of us. With this, I found work with you.
I found a livelihood. I am very happy, dear. 1,000,000,000 salutations to that sage. I can't believe this. Perhaps he is a form of God.
Maybe he just came to help me, perhaps. You should stay calm, dear, a little bit longer.
Then why delay any further? Let's start our inn tomorrow itself. I'll go right now and announce it throughout the village,
said the young prince, and he went to the village square to make the announcement. As planned, the two of them inaugurated their inn the next morning. The young prince stood outside the inn, inviting the travelers passing by.
Come, dear ones, come. We have all kinds of snacks, delicious pastries, and many more mouth-watering dishes available. The meal is ready. Quality food at a very low price. Come, dear ones, come. Come and eat to your heart's content. There's no big expense. Just give what you feel is right. Come, dear ones, come.
He calls out. Hearing this, all the travelers passing by go to the inn to have a meal. Seeing all of them, the old woman goes inside, bows before the inexhaustible vessel, and prays for the meal to be served. Immediately, delicious food appears in the vessel. She takes it and serves it to all those who have come. She serves with great love. Everyone who eats it says it's very delicious and asks for more. When the old woman goes back inside and checks, even more delicious food appears. In this way, the old woman serves the food to everyone who comes. Everyone eats to their heart's content and leaves with great satisfaction, giving what they feel is right to the old woman. Thus, their food inn business grows day by day and gains a reputation as the best food inn in the village. Seeing the earnings they made, the old woman and the young prince are very happy. Meanwhile, one day, all the villagers gather in front of a house opposite their food inn. To find out what's happening, the old woman and the young prince go there. When they arrive, they see a moneylender arguing with the homeowner, accompanied by his two workers. "What is this, Rangaya? You said you need to make jewelry for your daughter's wedding," he argues.
You mortgaged your house and took 100 coins as a loan from me. It's been 2 months since you took it. You haven't married off your daughter yet. You haven't paid me the interest. Are you trying to cheat me?
Oh no, since that unfortunate day, while I was really returning with the grain, 2 people with masks on their faces came and beat me up, taking away the money from me. Because of that, I couldn't indeed make the jewelry for the wedding. Citing that reason, the groom's family rejected the alliance. Please don't embarrass me in front of others. Please, give me 1 more month and I will repay your entire loan with interest. Godavari Rangaya, it's absolutely not possible. If possible, pay the entire amount with interest right now.
If not, give me your house and land and leave. I beg you, sir, don't ruin our lives. Looking at my wife and daughter's faces, please let me go. Tell me, where can I go with these dependent women? What happens to you and your family is not my concern. I need my money. He writes like this, looking at his people. If you are watching, go inside. Take all the belongings and throw them out. Throw them out of the house.
Lock the house and leave carefully. The moneylender might indeed shout, but those 2 workers cautiously head towards the house. Meanwhile, the old lady quickly comes and stands in their way, saying, "Stop! Take 1 more step forward and see what I will truly do to you."
Why are you getting involved in someone else's quarrel? You can take care of your own matters, right? If you can settle their debt.
Yes, I will settle it. Tell me how much they owe you. Mother, if your grandmother had written it down for us, it would have happened the same way. Why are you worrying about this? Rangaya, I am talking to you. Tell me how much a merchant owes you.
Including interest, he owes 150 coins. Can you give that much?
"Stay here. I'll bring it right now," says the old woman as she goes inside her house. Everyone, including the young prince who is watching in surprise, also goes inside. As the old woman comes out with all the money she has earned through her charity work over the years, the young prince stops her and says to her,
This is your earnings and hard earned. How appropriate is it to generously donate this for others? If you give all of it away to people, what will your current financial situation be?
Look, son, I don't need more than what is necessary for me. Whether it is useful to those in need or not, the true value of this money is realized only when it is used to alleviate someone's hardship. Otherwise, it is just a number.
The old woman said that the value of these is indeed equivalent to 0. And when the young prince agreed with what the old woman said, he also said, "All right." Then both of them went together, paid off the loan to the moneylender, and handed over the remaining few coins to Rangaya's family. With that, Rangaya's family was very happy and thanked the old woman for her help and went into their house. The moneylender also took his 2 workers with him.
He sets off from there. Seeing them leaving, the old woman says to the young prince, "Son, why do I have a suspicion about this moneylender? What is it? What should I say? I have a strong suspicion about this moneylender. He is a complete fraud, giving loans to everyone and then showing false accounts, claiming this interest, that interest, compound interest, and taking away all the people's properties. He does this. I somehow suspect that he might be sending all the workers working for him as masked thieves. But how to uncover that? Placing his hand on his waist, he says to the old woman, "Have you indeed left that matter to me? I know very well how to make them confess the truth. What will you do, son? How will you indeed uncover it? Soon it will get dark, and then you will see what happens." He laughs.
With a smile, the prince says, "So you all understood what Raj is going to do now, right? Guessed what is it? Yes, you guessed correctly indeed. Now, to find out how the prince used the magical staff given to him by the sage, you'll have to wait for the next episode. Until then, you know what to do, right? Like, share, and definitely subscribe.